EDP445 has issued a formal apology due to his famous cupcake incident, so let's talk about it. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button as I post almost daily. That said, I really doubt you don't have an idea who EDP is. His fall from grace is almost as famous as, like, Earth itself. I mean, everyone really knows who it is. He tried to meet up with some children online, and in his multiple attempts to come in contact with one, there was a setup, and it was a pretty shitty sting operation, which is a huge reason why the dude isn't in prison right now. And honestly, if I think it wasn't a sting operation and it wasn't botched and a lot of the information wasn't online, cops would actually, have this dude in handcuffs right now. He'd be behind bars. That said, as I stated before, EDP has uploaded an apology video on his various platforms, pretty much not only apologizing for what he's done, but finally somewhat admitting to what he's done.
Alrighty, so first and foremost, I want to say thank you so much to my loving, supporting, caring friends and family. Without you guys, to be honest with you, I probably would have been fucking committed suicide. But with that being said, I want to take full responsibility for my actions that happened on April 21st, 2021. The entire YouTube shit that went down, the entire YouTube incident, you know what I mean, that went the fuck down. I'm not even going to get into it. You guys already know what the fuck happened. I'm taking full responsibility, full accountability for my actions. You know what I mean?
And honestly, when I first read the title of this video, I thought it was just another shitty attempt at getting some views by EDP due to the whole Colleen Ballinger apology thing recently. But this is a full-fledged 8-minute apology, kinda. And of course, I'm not playing the entire thing, only bits and pieces when needed. If you want to watch the entire thing, and God bless your soul if you do, I'll link it below. But god damn, EDP, you are like a cockroach that the internet just cannot get rid of. You may have heard the saying that two things in life are certain: death and taxes. Well, you can add one more thing to that list, because EDP trying to crawl his way back into the internet just does not seem to stop. Like, if there's some sort of video or streaming platform, I bet he's uploaded something onto it in hopes to build his following back up. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he tried uploading on, like, the Flipnote Hatena app on the DSi. And obviously, this guy's just been banned off of probably every possible platform imaginable just because he's a piece of shit. Like, having EDP stream or make content on your platform just isn't a good look for you, so it's pretty obvious that you would want him gone. And like, the fact that he's still trying to be active online and build up his following is insane. He's lucky his ass isn't in prison getting beat up right now. Like, what he's done just cannot be apologized for. I'm sorry. Me personally, you touch children or you try to meet up with children or anything like that, that's like death sentence stuff right there. I don't care. And with the amount of like evidence against EDP at this point, he has enough online interaction with minors to get sentenced like 10 times over. Moving on though, honestly, even though it does kind of mean jack shit at this point, it's about time he kind of apologized. I mean, because he's played this entire situation off as a joke before, while like making statements on the whole thing while eating a cupcake, trying to like make light or make a joke of it for whatever reason. Because yeah, trying to meet up with a minor is a joke, and he thinks it's funny because it's a sting operation. It's not like he was actually trying to meet up with a minor, it was someone else. But there is countless multiple times where there is real evidence against him talking with minors. I remember there's even an instance on his website where he tried to play this whole thing off as some sort of role he was playing for a movie, like he was acting as a pedophile, and really dug into his role and just didn't know it'd be used against him. He has literally tried every possible way to play this thing off, and it's about time he grew some balls and at least tried to apologize. The only bummer is, in his video, he doesn't actually address what happens. Sure, he says he's sorry, but literally anybody can turn on a camera and say sorry. He doesn't actually hold any accountability towards his actions, as drastic as they are. For example, he calls the sting operation where he was literally caught trying to meet a minor that YouTube shit. He did not apologize outright for his actions. He's not trying to apologize for attempting to meet a kid. He is apologizing for that YouTube shit. Like, what a joke that is. Honestly, when it comes to EDP, I will literally find any way to hate on this guy, and really, he doesn't make my job hard. And I'm really not like this with many people at all. It's just EDP disgusts me. And another thing in this apology video is that he claims that, he's not going to go super in depth due to lawyers. They have advised against him going into everything, which is maybe one of the reasons why he is apologizing for that YouTube shit and not apologizing for trying to meet a kid. And I'm just going to tell you guys, whether you believe it or not, it's just a lie. I mean, it's really obvious, literally lying through the gaps of his teeth. And the evidence against this is so obvious. I mean, if he had a team of lawyers, he wouldn't have made statements on this situation while playing it down and eating a cupcake, making jokes of it. He would not have went on his website and tried to lie and make it seem as if he was acting, and then they turned it against him. There is just so much he would not have done if he had lawyers behind him, which he doesn't.
And again, like I mentioned before, I have nobody to blame but myself. So, like I mentioned before, man, I'm seeking the proper help that I need to seek out. I am doing whatever I can to make sure that this does not happen again. And I am, again, to my friends and family, I am so sorry that you guys had to endure this shit.
So yeah, as you just saw, he also then states that the people suffering the most are his friends and family, which is just baffling to me. Like, listening to this part of the apology video was just awful, because like, if this was a real apology, you truly meant what you were saying, you would think he'd be apologizing to the countless victims of his actions. But this entire video is mainly him apologizing to his friends and family he's let down, and it's obviously not their fault. I'm sure they got a lot of flack for this, and it must suck to find out how awful of a human being your family member is. But this is not about them. This is about you, about the awful things you did to your victims, and about the victims themselves. And then in the video, he also mentions how, he's getting help to not endanger children anymore, and that's great and all. But in saying so, he probably thinks that he's gonna try to be full-time on the internet again, as he's been trying to do for the last couple years. Honestly, he should have taken the blessing he got, which was not getting jail time, and just bounced off of the internet completely. Obviously, whatever job he ends up with is not going to pay him as much as being full-time on the internet may, but he's not going to be in jail. I don't think he realizes how lucky he actually is, and he's just not taking advantage of that situation. That said, drop a comment letting me know what you think about all of this. While this is probably the most formal apology we've ever gotten, and will probably ever get with this whole situation, it still does not come close to making up for what he's done. Just because he says sorry doesn't mean his life should continue like nothing ever happened. I still think he deserves jail time. Like and subscribe for more commentary content, join my Discord link below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.